All right, so you want to understand interest rates, huh? I mean, who doesn't?
They really are kind of a mystery for a lot of people.
But not for us. No, sir.
Nodding their own.
Not after we did this deep dive into...
Oh, yeah, this podcast episode.
Yeah, this podcast episode we found called Understanding Interest Rates and Their Impact. I'm telling you, it was eye-opening. Like, they really are the invisible hand in our financial lives, aren't they?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Whether you're borrowing money, saving money, even just swiping that credit card.
Yeah, they're always there.
Always lurking.
So, all right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Like, what exactly are interest rates? In the simplest terms.
I think most people think of it as a fee, right? What you pay to borrow money.
Yeah, that's kind of how I always thought of it.
Yeah, but it's really more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
It's like the price tag on time. Or at least the time value of money.
Whoa. Hold on. Price tag on time.
Yeah, think about it. When you borrow money, you're paying for the privilege of using someone else's money right now. Instead of like waiting and saving up yourself, right?
Yeah.
And the lender could be investing that money, earning interest themselves. So that's baked into the cost you pay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like you're buying time in a way.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Time is money.
Exactly.
Okay, so then what about when we're the lender? Say we put money in a savings account.
Yes.
We earn interest, so we're basically getting compensated for letting someone else use our cash right.
Precisely.
Okay. So who decides all these rates? I mean, it's not just random, right? Like some guy just spins a wheel and decides what my mortgage interest is going to be.
No. There is actually a system in place, a very complex one, actually.
I bet.
But a big player, a major player, is the Federal Reserve.
Ah, yes, the Fed. We hear about them all the time.
The Fed, they set a key interest rate. It's called the federal funds rate. And
That's the one we always hear about in the news, right?
That's the one. And that rate trickles down. It impacts pretty much everything. I'm talking mortgages, credit cards, auto loans.
So, like, why my mortgage rate might be higher now than it was a few years ago?
Bingo.
Okay, so, but how does the Fed decide what that magic number should be?
Well, hopefully not with darts.
Yeah.
No, they look at a mountain of data, like a ton of economic data.
So inflation being one of the big ones, I imagine.
Huge, absolutely. Inflation, unemployment, economic growth. They want to keep the economy stable, right? So if inflation's going crazy, they might raise rates to cool things down a bit.
Makes sense.
But if the economy's kind of sluggish, they might lower rates to encourage borrowing and investment and, stimulate things a bit.
So the Fed really has a lot of power when it comes to our everyday finances.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Which is why I guess it's even more important to understand all this stuff. Like, what about different types of interest rates? The podcast mentioned fixed and variable.
Right. So fixed rates, they stay the same over the life of a loan. Nice and predictable. Variable rates, on the other hand, they can fluctuate.
So they could go up or down.
Exactly, based on what the market's doing.
So more risk involved.
Potentially.
Okay, so now for the million-dollar question. How can we use all this knowledge to our advantage? Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're making smart financial decisions right.
Absolutely. I think one of the simplest but most important things is just being aware, right? Knowing what interest rates you're paying on any debts, what you're earning on your savings. Don't be afraid to shop around. Negotiate for better deals.
Oh, yeah, negotiating. That could be scary.
It can be a little bit.
Like, how do you even do that? Say you're trying to get a better rate on a car loan.
Well, first off, do your homework.
Right.
Know what rates other lenders are offering. Use that as leverage. And be sure to emphasize your good qualities, like your credit worthiness, good credit score, strong payment history. Lenders love that stuff.
Yeah, makes you look less risky.
Less risky, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the savings side?
Yes.
The podcast talked about high-yield savings accounts.
Right.
What are those exactly? And are they really all they're cracked up to be?
Yeah, so they're basically savings accounts that offer higher interest rates than your typical bank account.
Okay.
Now, they're still generally lower than what you might get investing in the stock market or something, but they're a great option for short-term savings goals, emergency funds, because they're more liquid than stocks and more stable.
So if interest rates are high, like they've been recently, it might make sense to look into those high-yield options. Make sure your savings aren't just getting eaten away by inflation.
Exactly. Keep pace with inflation at least. And on the flip side, if you have debt, especially that high-interest credit card debt, paying that down becomes even more crucial when rates are high. Every dollar you throw at that saves you more money in the long run.
It really does feel like interest rates are so much more than just numbers.
Oh.
They're really a key part of planning for our future, aren't they? Whether it's buying a house, starting a business, or even just making sure our savings keep up with the cost of living.
It's all interconnected, for sure. And I guess a final thought. I'd encourage everyone to think about how the current interest rate trends, how they could impact your financial goals over the next year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Short-term and long-term. We've given you the knowledge. Now it's all about applying it to your own life.
Yeah, take this knowledge, use it wisely.
Absolutely.
And maybe talk to a financial advisor if you need more personalized guidance.
Always a good idea.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another deep dive successfully completed.
Another one down.
Until next time.
See ya.
If this podcast helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep making these videos. Thanks for watching.